Hello, everyone. I'm super excited today. I've got a very, very special guest with me. She's born into cinematic royalty but has carved her own niche in the art world. She's a storyteller who lets her painting talk with emotions. She's a creative genius and is inspired by nature. So I'm truly, truly happy to have her. It's an honor and a privilege to have the one and only Laila Khan Furniturewalla with me today on today's new episode. Welcome, Laila, to the new episode. It's truly grateful to have you, and you took out some time to do this candid chat with me. So, I would like
Thank
to.
you,
I,
Siddhant. I'm really happy to be here and to meet you and to reach out to so many people.
right. So, to begin with, Laila, I want to begin with my first question would be, what drove you towards art? What was your journey like towards the art industry? It was something that it was with you, or you discovered it much later. So, a little bit in brief in that, if you could share some light.
So it's firstly it's there in the genes. I get it from my parents, who
Mhm.
are both extremely artistic people, um, and have excelled in their fields. Um, I've always been a person who would live life, um, you know, with emotion, with feeling. Um, I was surrounded by people from various walks of life in our home, whether they were poets, intellectuals, writers, filmmakers, actors. So I grew up with that, and my mother recognized that I was going to be an artist before even I did. I think I didn't know it. It was her instilling confidence in me and telling me, "Hey, baby, you're going to be an artist." And I think that confidence is very important uh, to receive it to begin with from your parents.
Mhm.
Not overconfidence. They shouldn't make you feel you're something that you're not or you haven't proved.
Right.
But my mother saw that and really instilled in me that love. My father was my biggest critic. Whenever I would show, when I had my shows, he would not necessarily like most of the work. If he liked one or two, I'd be really happy because he wasn't the kind of man to like my work because I was his daughter or to mix that up. I mean,
Right.
this is about art.
Right.
It's not something he needs to flatter me for.
Right.
So um, yeah, this was definitely for me. This is the road for me.
You have had a gap of almost 2 decades, and coming back into the art world, it must have been tough. It's never easy to start something fresh. And, what was that thing that led you to come back, with a new vision and spirit?
Yes, I have shown solo after 18 years. My last show was in Mumbai in 2007. It was a show called Dreams Have No Titles.
Okay.
Um, you know, it's not art was always in me. I showed in 2012 in New York. It was a group show of international artists that was in between. I was working on commissions. Um, I was painting every now and then, but not full time because um, you know I think in life there's a time and moment for everything,
Right.
and life defines that in your journey. I was raising a family. I got married. I also was involved in my husband Farhan's business, Furniturewalla, because I love the interior space. So we were
Right.
traveling all over the world, sourcing beautiful hand-picked furniture and art for our store. So I got, I was in love. I I got involved with a different aspect, but and but in 2020, when COVID, when we were all when the world stood still and we were in in one place. And I went very inward, and I got back to painting full time.
Okay.
And yeah, and there was so much collective grief around us, and I think it it spoke to me about survival, about loss, about what people were going through. I think everyone was asking, was for the first time, people were asking themselves who they are. Um, and yes, it was a very fruitful time for me. Unfortunately, it was not so for many people who suffered greatly.
Okay. You come from a Bollywood legacy. You think has it opened doors for you in the art world, or there's still misconceptions, and expectations that you're pushed against?
Well, I mean, to begin with, because I'm from a Bollywood family, it may be easier
Hmm.
to um, to reach out to people and to have people maybe come to your first show, or but you know, people are not going to put money down, uh, you know, for I mean, just because you come from somewhere. For me, in
Right.
fact, I think people have a lot of preconceived notions about people. I wish that would stop. Uh, you know, um, some people possibly thought, oh, she looks a certain way. What could she be painting? What could the merit be in her work? But people don't go behind, go beyond that and see the person for who or she is. Um, I've been exhibiting since 1996, and my first solo was in 2001. This was my third solo. I participated in many fundraisers, many group shows. I've sold work. I don't think people would do that in a consistent way for so many years if there was no merit in it. And for me, particularly, I don't like to bring the fact that Bollywood may sell.
Right.
I don't like to mix that up with my work. I've never been that sort of person. At the same time, I will not conform to looking a certain way just because artists look a certain way. It doesn't mean I'm very proud where I come from. It's my lineage,
Right.
and I look the way I do. I'm not going to look a certain way in an art show, and look another way in another space,
Right.
because I'm comfortable in my own skin. I am who I am, and I have something to say through my work.
Right. Okay. Interiors or art, where do you feel totally creatively alive, which is more passionate and more close to your heart, and why?
Art,
Okay.
because I have soul control. Nobody can take anything away from my work. Nobody can add, and there's no lying. I can't lie with my own work. And if it is lying, it's going to be visible.
Yeah.
And I so yes, definitely. I mean, when I was growing up, I was in even in the Hindi film industry. I had a space there where I could go and act. And but um, I just found this more challenging.
Right.
I love being by myself. I love the solitariness. I enjoy my own space. So I think I found it more challenging. And yeah, I could say what I wanted exactly the way I wanted.
Right. Probably 5 years or 10 years down the line, I'm sure you've set certain goals for yourself, certain targets for yourself you'd like to achieve. What are those personal goals and targets that you've set to achieve, or any expansion plans when it comes to your work? I would like to share something on that.
Well, I'm not much of a planner really. But now that I'm working full time, I want to show internationally. I want to have a show in Dubai. Um, I also want to show in Delhi. It's a place I've spent a lot of time. I have a lot of friends.
Right.
I've had very successful shows in Delhi, and I so I'm working full time now, and that's what's giving me the most satisfaction. And I yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't look too much ahead.
Okay. Being the daughter of the legendary Firoz Khan, I'm sure, how has that shaped your life in terms of expression and confidence?
Oh, extremely. My father was a self-made man. He came to Mumbai when he was 15, and his father had passed away. Um, their my grandmother, they had to sell their land, jewelry. He came alone here, no godfather, no one to help him, no contacts, and he made it. He made it not just as a national star, he made it internationally. People know him all over the world. When I travel, I feel so proud. He always instilled in me the value for everything that we had.
Right.
Um, he sent us to a very grounded school. Um, he, just he would respect people not because of their fame or because of
Right.
their money. I mean, or because of their position. He respected people because he respected their character, and that's what he has instilled in my brother and me.
Right.
And yeah, he was very fearless, very ahead of his time, and I think um, he was very modern. He brought a lot of modernism in his movies, in his life, in his the way he dressed. I think if you see his pictures today,
Yeah.
he's still so so relevant.
Right.
His whole aura and look. So I think I've got a little bit of that. I the modernism in my work. Um, uh, yeah, I'm quite like him actually. I relate to him completely.
And coming from that kind of lineage and legacy, did you have any kind of pressure, in terms of getting into the Bollywood industry, but or you were like completely on your own and he was very cool with you doing the kind of passion which you wanted to do?
No, no, he was not cool with me. If I had to say that I wanted to join the movies, no, he was. At that time it was different.
Right.
He was very being a producer. He was very protective,
Right.
of me. I was his only daughter,
Right.
and yes, there were some offers, and I was. But both my parents, I don't know, of course, if I really wanted to, I would have,
Right.
but it was not for me, I guess. Like I said, I loved the whole world an artist creates for herself, because
Right.
no one enters there. It's something you create, and it's solely yours. It's very fulfilling for me.
Okay. If your home was your canvas, what is your favorite corner in your house?
I love my terrace,
Okay.
because that's where I go and sip my tea every morning.
Okay.
I Yeah, that's I love light. I love the morning as much as I love the night. So, and I like open air. I love nature. So I'm lucky to be surrounded by nature in my home. So I sit on my terrace. I love that space. Um, there's also uh, there's a sculpture in my home where I had commissioned the artist to paint Kurbani
Okay.
uh, on a bust, on a face. So I sent him images that I had selected of my father and Zinat Aman and my brother, and so it's really beautifully done, and I love that sculpture too. And yes, so
If you could believe that spaces tell stories, what is your home telling you today?
well, it tells me it's a singular, bold expression. My husband and I designed the house ourselves. We had no interior designer,
Okay.
and we chose everything from the art to the pieces to everything. And it's an eclectic, but a very it's how we live, and how it's the people we are. And when people and my friends come home and they say, we really see you both in the house,
Right.
and it spells you, I think that is something that I feel very happy about, because a home should reflect the owners and who they are as people.
Laila, also, there are a lot of young people today, the young entrepreneurs, young women, who want to, get to do something, they want to turn into artists, they want to turn into different kind of career options, but they don't know where to start, So if you, would there be a certain message from you, a positive message, which you'd like to tell them that you experienced along your way?
If you feel passionate, really passionate about one thing, and that too is a gift. A lot of people don't feel passionate about one thing. They feel passionate about many things, and they do a bit of everything in their life. But if there are people who do, I think never give up on that.
Right.
I know it's easy to say,
Yeah.
because in the art world, it's very difficult to sell art. It's because it's a very niche product.
Yeah.
It's very luxe, it's very niche. Today, a woman will spend 4 lakhs on a handbag, but when
Right.
it comes to buying a piece of art for 4 lakhs, she'll think 10 times. I
Right.
wish that would change, actually.
Yeah.
Um, that's something that I think needs to come in much more. People need to buy a lot more contemporary art. But coming back to your question, um, I would say, even though, it's because it's an expensive thing also, because you've got to buy your art materials, your canvases, and uh, keep it going. Never give up on that. Because somewhere or the other there will be a door that'll open, and never give up trying to connect with people who can show you, and just uh, if there's something you're passionate about, do a little bit of it every day, because
Right.
that keeps you connected. Otherwise, it can go away.
No, I completely agree with you. Anything I think requires passion, no matter what field you are in, So I think unless you're not passionate about something, that spark inside needs to actually ignite in terms of you doing anything. So I completely,
Yeah, because then it's not work.
it's not
Then it's
work. Yeah.
like, yeah. Then I mean, I look forward to my week, and in the morning, and I don't know how time goes in my studio. I
Right.
When I actually have to remind myself that, hey, it's my God, it's 8 o'clock. I have to go home.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that feeling in a way.
Right.
I really love that.
Okay. So now it comes to a fun segment. This is a rapid fire round. This is just to know you more
Okay.
personally and quickly. It's going to be quick answers from your side. So
Sure.
are you a canvas person or a collage soul?
Canvas,
More inspiring, a museum or a moment of silence?
a moment of silence.
A color that defines your spirit.
Red and gold.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Bold,
had to add one more.
bold strokes or fine lines.
Bold strokes.
Paint or poetry.
Paint is poetry. Painting
Class.
is poetry.
Okay. Classic cinema or modern minimalization.
Classic cinema.
Okay. One holiday destination which you totally love to unwind.
Kashmir.
One recent artist which has really inspired you as a person.
Oh, there's so many. That's difficult. um, I like Gerard Richter.
Okay.
He's a German artist. My work is moving to formlessness and abstraction.
Okay.
And I love abstract artists. I love abstract art. And I just love the way he conveys, the way he's achieved balance and form and color and magnetism in his work. Uh, yeah, I love his work.
Your go-to motto which you stand by.
Always speak the truth.
Okay. According to you, one big difference between the millennials and Gen Zs of today.
The Gen Zs don't like to watch movies. I don't get that.
Okay. No, I think the Gen Zs are more like they're more spaced out. They like watching it as per their time, their convenience, And I think the patience level is little less than what we had back in the day.
Totally,
So,
totally. Like my son just cannot sit through a movie,
right,
and I can escape with a movie. I love movies. I just don't understand that. I hope the love of movies comes back.
right. What is that one music which you go to, to probably when you're having a stressful day, you just like humming to or listening to?
I love the piano,
Okay.
and I love this band called U2.
Okay. What, according to you, if there was a superpower which you were given for a day, what would that be and how would you use it?
Feed all the hungry people in the world.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to know if today a biopic is made on you and your life, who would play the best character? It could be Hollywood, it could be Bollywood, and why?
Kate Blanchett.
Okay.
I really admire her work. I admire the person she is. I admire her the strength in her face. There's no lying. I love her work.
Okay. Uh, what is that one current book that you're loving to read right now or you've read lately?
You know, I love I love Ruskin Bond. He's been my favorite author ever since I was a child, and every time I want to, get away from the chaos and the humdrum of the world, I pick up a book of his called Room on the Roof,
Okay.
and I read that when I was in college, when in school, and I would just love reading his that particular book. So and it takes me back to my childhood. So I love that's my go-to book.
Okay. What is that one cuisine which you really love and according to you, you cook really well?
I don't cook at all, but I love Chinese food. Apart from Indian, of course,
Any
Indian food is number
any
one.
any favorite restaurants which you have? It can be anywhere in the world.
Oh, there's so many. There's so many, really. I I love Japanese cuisine too. I like izumi in
Okay.
Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll talk about our India, the ones we go to here. I love Royal China.
Right.
I think they have amazing Chinese food. I love their food. Yeah, there are many, many more, but I like these the most.
If you have to define style in one word, what would it be to you?
Mm. Style is not pretense. Style is something that even if you've acquired it, you should be wearing it very easily.
Yeah.
It shouldn't look like there's too much effort.
Right. There's been so many iconic movies of your father, which I as a child has also watched, but what is that one movie which has stuck to you and your heart, and it's very close to you?
Dharmatma, I he was very inspired by The Godfather
Right.
and attempted to remake that. And so many people in the world have told me that uh, it was such a fabulous film. It's
Right.
just the scenes, the dialogues, the music. He looks so handsome, and
Yeah.
Hema Malini has never looked more beautiful.
Right.
Each my father had was a big it was something that he had which not many people have, is where in his movies he would not give the importance just to himself. He'd so that he could shine. For him, the hero was the movie, the script, the storytelling, the art. So that's why in his movies you remember all the characters, each one
Right.
has been so beautifully portrayed, and
Right.
that was a real he was a big winner in that area.
Right. No, I couldn't agree more. He had a different aura, I would say. His kind of aura I still don't see in today's time and today's kind of people. He had something which was always glowing. And it's truly I used to always look up to him in terms of his style as well. I did try a little bit of styling tips, but I don't know, I could never be matching that kind of level. So it's
I see the hat that you're wearing. That's what he used to wear a lot. He
so
would love wearing it.
yeah.
My
Oh,
father rode a horse to his school.
yeah.
In a school assembly, he actually rode a horse. I mean, he loved horses and he loved, the whole cowboy, mood and attire so much that he'd actually dressed up as a cowboy and went to school.
Right. In fact, my whole family, we all into polo players. I've also been a horse rider since I was a child. So, I've also had a legacy of all people, all my uncles, grandfather, everyone playing polo
Okay,
from that time. So, it's always been, horses and hats has always been a thing with me as well. So that
oh,
is something
wonderful.
I probably have something in common with him.
Yeah, yeah. So if he was alive, I wish he was. Y'all would have been friends.
But it's been such an amazing chat with you today, Laila. I can't be more inspired with your journey, all your upcoming shows also, I'm wishing you all the very best. Really wanting to be and visit one of your shows whenever I'm in town. But it's been truly an honor and privilege to have this candid chat with you, and hope to see you on the other side really soon.
Thank you for inviting me, and it was very easy to speak to you, and I spoke from the heart. I hope I connected with everyone. I hope you'd enjoyed this because I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you once again, Laila. Thank you so much.
Bye, Siddhant. Take care.